throw us out there, but there's nothing I could have done. There's nothing.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't.
There is.
You're being funny.
Pull this close.
Okay, so let me pull this in.
We're just trying to get it together because there was no warning.
No, it's just welcome to Lee and Sherry.
Just stuff Lee does. It's annoying.
Yeah, because it's all about Lee. Oh, there.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm
at least
try to get the link and put it.
At least this way. Yeah, I could just be live. Hello, everyone. Oh, we got 2 thumbs up already. Well, here's some thumbs up back.
All right.
How's everybody doing out here in Connected Land? Hi, Kelly. Kelly Cat.
I'm looking for the video so I can post it in.
Yeah.
You know what? There we go. Here we go.
Yeah. You just probably need to.
Who's here?
Hello, Wendy.
Hi.
Is that Wendy Wetzel? That's it, isn't it? Okay. And then we got hi, Raven's Red. Oh, she loves your hair.
Randall Cooper is called.
Kelly Mahaney. Oh, okay. So, Kelly.
So Randall Cooper,
that's Kelly.
I'll have to call you back.
Kelly, we are so sorry for your loss. I hope you're doing okay and hope you're staying connected. We just thought we'd jump on and say hi. We haven't been on in a minute. And we just thought, you know what? We've been on an adventure. We need to really talk about that adventure because we went out there and connected to a lot of different people. And what ended up happening was it was a wonderful time. We actually got in the car and we just went. And we went to Atlanta, stayed the night in Atlanta. Then we stayed the night over in Atlanta. This was our first experience with Airbnb. You know, going into a random person's space and then staying connected is quite interesting, isn't it? So anyway, it was a beautiful time.
I promise I'll be right with you.
Yeah, she's just sharing the link. So you guys have any questions or anything?
So let's have some questions, some silly questions, some odd questions.
Okay.
Odd questions.
If you ask questions, we're going to give you a silly answer. How about that? That's Twin Flamey. We'll give you the same answer you always get, but we'll give it to you in a funny way. How about that?
You don't want that from me.
Oh. So, well, anyway, we left and we went to Florida, and we married 2 people who were connected and went, I guess, so across the ocean and met, and then came across the ocean and decided to live in Florida, and we ended up bringing them together. So it was really cool. What do you know when you know nothing? Everything. That's a good answer. Hi, Ashima. How you doing? So, boy, that's a really good question. What do you know when you know nothing? You know everything you feel. Because if you think about it, when you know nothing, you're not in your head anymore. You're in your feelings. And then you know everything.
I enjoy knowing nothing.
Me too. Are you going to join us in that?
It's nice.
Hey, Cece, join us in that. Just be in your feelings. And you'll know nothing.
I know nothing. I'm not in charge of anything.
That's the easiest way to stop being right.
Nothing.
Right? Knowing nothing?
The easiest way to stop being right
is to know nothing. Then you can have connection.
I agree. We need to pull this forward. I can't.
Okay. Well, you can't do it
I'll
that
hold
way.
this. You pull that. There we go.
Is that better?
Much better. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So, exactly. You agree, Kelly? All right. So, well, anyway, we went to Florida, right? And
so we kept them pretty updated.
Yeah. Well, we kept them updated
in the
group. On the Facebook group.
Yeah.
So we were posting updates to the Facebook group.
By the way, if you're not in our Facebook group, you should be. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Twin Flame Workshop.
Support group.
Twin Flame support group.
Like you name it, and you always forget
it's work group. Twin Flame work group by Relationship Reinvented.
Yes.
That's what it's called. Don't ask him. He will not tell you the truth.
I'm an alien.
He'll mix the information up
like my
and send
little
you someplace else.
Do you love my alien?
I like your alien. It's cute.
It's about time.
It's cute. Anyway, what's going on here?
It says exactly by Kelly, and that's the last thing we see. So we're kind of keeping this open to questions. Sherry, you're looking
Wendy,
great.
Hi.
Hi, Angela.
Angie,
I haven't
hey.
seen you in a minute.
Yeah, we're just sitting out here answering some questions, shooting the shit, talking. So if you have a silly question, if you have a serious question, we don't care. We're taking them.
Yes. Yes. Hi, Saska. How you doing?
Yeah, hey. Um, so update on my health. Things are okay. I'm pretty tired. I've got an infection going on. We've got to get it fixed. Uh, I had a surgery. Had two surgeries next week. First one was on Tuesday. Second one was on Thursday. They just called and canceled my first one because I haven't seen an anesthesia consultant that I've seen 15 times.
Because of the infection.
Yeah,
What do you do?
yeah,
Man, fun times.
it's annoying.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing else is going on. I'm just super tired,
Yeah.
like really tired. Like all I want to do anytime is lay down and take a nap. But I'm also cutting carbs, so that's
How many carbs have you actually had this week?
I don't know.
Right. None.
Very few.
Yeah.
Very few.
So she has no energy.
Yeah, I have no energy.
But I'm like,
I mean, I've had
to
some nuts and some trail mix, and I've had some.
I'll give her some nuts.
No, it's enough. This is a family show.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Are you finding there are a lot of people coming forth identifying as twin flames? Healing hugs to you. Are you finding that there are a lot of people coming forth identifying as twin flames?
A lot more celebrities are. A lot more public figures are. Um, yeah, I mean, it's been pretty consistent over the years that um, a lot of people are finally getting it.
Yeah. And what they're getting is they're realizing that their feelings can be connected to. And the way they've been thinking about that their entire lives have been against that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's surreal because it's hard to break the belief system that your thoughts created for you. So it's interesting because, you know, even when as they ask, they go, well, it's interesting. They stumble and they find us because if you notice, our channel's kind of buried. It's buried for a reason because we like to do a lot of underground healing versus, you know, the surface stuff and the astrological stuff and the tarot stuff and it's all out there, but then there's a deeper space that you need to get to before you can accept connection. So it's really interesting when people find us, they're like, well, I didn't realize I needed to search deep to find this connection. So that's why they end up showing up on this channel or finding us or reaching out to us. And if you're one of those people, subscribe because there are going to be more. But, you know, it's kind of like you reach that space where you realize that you have a connection. And then you start realizing that you tell yourself you're chasing them, but the thoughts you didn't tell them about is why you're the runner. So, and it seems this connection doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you're popular. It doesn't care if you're a star. It doesn't care if you tell yourself you're not enough. It doesn't give a shit. The reason the connection found you is because you can be connected to. But do you trust it?
Yeah.
Right. How is nobody doing? Can I be nobody? When am I it? Oh. Well,
I love being nobody.
I like that. Oh, yeah. It's better to be nobody so you can have somebody.
Yeah. I love being nobody. It's great.
Do you remember when we did that video, Connection to Nobody?
Yeah.
People are just not getting it.
Oh, jeez.
Seriously, I've had people go and search Connection to Nobody, and they literally will find us because we like come up right up to the top because we're the only people talking about your connection to nobody.
Right.
You know, and nobody loves you.
Right.
I mean, that's literally how you've had nobody give you love.
Very true.
Yeah. What does a typical day look like when you're in your feelings all the time?
It's pretty beautiful. Versus being in your head all the time, which is pretty ugly. You know, you really do have a choice every day, and I'm just now trying, and I'm going to put the attempt word out there, attempting to stay out of my head as much, which is super hard for me. It's super hard for me because of things that have happened in my past, things I get work through things, but then we have outside influences that want to bring them back onto me all the time. So it's hard to be 100% out of your mind because you don't
love your mind.
You right, but you feel like you do. You know what I mean? Your mind will tell you you're being protective, or you don't want to be hurt, and you don't want to believe this because it can't. You know what I mean? That can't possibly be, or you don't want to do that. It's just a lot. Your mind will take you in circles and in circles and in circles, but your feelings won't. I mean, how do you feel today versus what you think? It's probably completely opposite, because your mind will attempt to bring those feelings down.
Right.
I feel in love today, so connected today. No, you don't. That ain't real. You can't do that.
Yes.
It's a battle between the mind and a feeling, just your soul. How do you feel? I feel full of love. I feel full of peace. I feel full of joy. No, you don't. This happened.
Yeah. And it drives her nuts when I'm in my feelings, because she's always asking me what day it is. And the thing about being in your feelings, when you're in your feelings, you don't give a shit about time. And that's the issue.
I think the last 5 times I've asked you the date, you've completely lied to me.
Right. It's not that I completely lied to you. It's just I'm in my feelings and I'm not in time. You can't be in both, because time is a mind thing and feelings aren't. That's why a lot of us suffer, because we like to drag our feelings across time. The reason why your mind is a liar. Your mind lies to you so you can't feel the truth. How do you stop betraying your
somebody
feelings?
said y'all look just alike. Thank you, but my hair's bluer than his.
I'm the black and her blue. Yeah, I know some of y'all got that.
His hair's brown.
Yeah. How do you stop betraying your feelings? Don't even try.
Oh.
The reason why I say don't even try is because the you that asked the question came from the head. The you and the feelings didn't get any part of that question at all, because your feelings need your attention, not the thoughts that keep betraying your feelings. So if you really looked at it, if you looked at what's actually betraying your feelings, you're giving it energy right now to ask the question. Because your feelings just say, if you stay with me, you won't betray me. I mean, how can anybody love you if you're not in your feelings, but you're in your head? Yes, on the deep connection. Yes, Kelly Cat.
Why is the man I love not in my physical reality?
When have you ever let a man you're connected to be a part of you? That's a good question, Sam.
Yeah, when have you let him into your physical reality?
Yeah, I guess it points back to where you learn to allow that to happen. If you never allowed that to happen, you will continue to keep making that the reason you can't have connection.
Eyes are squinting because it's bright out here. Kundalini, when you know nothing is okay, attracting a lot, pain triggered a lot, connecting with the spirit, also astral traveling, seeing twin.
The blurred line. What you're looking for in that is, are you connected to yourself when all of that's happening? Because that would be how you can connect to your twin. Some of us have that part of our awakening, but then we lose our awareness to realize that we can actually kind of use a Geiger counter to actually connect our feelings. So sometimes it gets lost. It is beautiful. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Connection has very little to do with the 3D world. I don't agree. Your mind gives false sense of security of insecurity. Can I ask a question just to verify some things about what 3D is? Most people who like to say they're in 5D are real 3D, because the 5D doesn't give a shit what dimension you're in. It doesn't see or even value it in a higher or lower experience. It doesn't judge. So when you experience something and label something, you're in the 3D to label it. But if you're in 5D, you don't even know how to judge.
I ate an edible once that put me in the 5th dimension.
I know, and boy, we was connected as hell.
Think I'll do that again later?
Yes. Your mind gives false sense of security or insecurity. When does the mind ever protect you from anything?
Right, but it does give you a false sense of security, like you're protecting yourself by doing this, or your um misbelief of something.
The funniest thing I've ever heard somebody say, I'm protecting myself from getting hurt. And then you ask them, aren't you hurt already?
Right.
And they're like, well, yeah. It's like, so you're attracting hurt and protecting why you need to attract hurt. That makes no sense whatsoever, does it?
I wonder if Randall Cooper will come into the live. He just tried to call me. I'll call you back. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to find out.
Come on, Randall. Play
Heck of a
something for
basis,
us.
by the way. Heck of a basis.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Randall, I'll call you.
Yeah. Wendy, Shannon, I actually have seen a lot of connected ones coming together in a very positive way. Where's the negative? Because it causes a spark. You have to have negativity and positivity. I wish people would. Let me ask you a question. Do you believe positive? If you hook a positive battery cable up to a car and disconnect the negative, can you start that car? Can you drive somewhere?
Yeah. You really
So
can.
when you're trying to get rid of negative, you have to have both. One, Sherry and I have perfected positive and negative because that's the spark. Now, that doesn't mean she's negative and I'm positive. It means that we alternate because that's how you have connection. You have to have a spark to move. You have to have a spark to come together. You have to have those two. Do not confuse positive and negative with your judgment because that's not real. We're talking connection. Your connection to you requires both. But do you know how to balance both within you? Hi, y'all. Hey, Larissa. Oh, I see it. There's Larissa. Larissa's in the house. Larissa's channel. If you have not had a chance, stumble over to Larissa's channel. She's doing it. She's coming for it. I'm proud of you, girl. We love you. You're both funny. Oh, thank you, Shannon Temples.
Way more funny than he is, Shannon.
Oh, Stefania, Soul Family. How do I let him in? Hey, Sam, it's not about the how, it's about the now. I mean, if I said, Sam, how do you let a masculine energy you're connected to connect to you right here in this moment? Does your heart open or close? Wendy, maybe I'm not staying connected. Shannon, is your heart beating in your chest right now?
Oh, somebody even said that. Kelly even said it. You're always connected.
Yes. How can you catch yourself? Recognize that you're out of feeling and into your thinking. You don't even try. Sit in the feeling and pay attention to what your thoughts do to your feelings all the time. You start to realize a majority of the time your thoughts try to translate what you're feeling or what other people are feeling, because that's what we're all taught to do. But if you sat in your feelings would start teaching you that you're completely wrong about the way you think. You've had that, right? When we're both sitting in our feelings and you need to be right.
Who, me?
You're never right.
I'm never right.
Right. Okay. So Sam, open, still not here. So ask yourself this: where did you learn to show up for your masculine energy? Because what you're saying makes a lot of sense with what's happening in this moment.
If Randall Cooper happens to pop into this live, everybody just give him a great welcome.
Yes. If your twin is unstable or unraveling or unwilling to communicate with you, does that mean there's something within me that I'm not able to express? I'm going to tell you like the way M told us. Can you have connection without the truth? M, can you have connection without the truth? So what you're saying here, if your twin is unable or unwilling to communicate with you, does that mean there's something within me that I'm not able to express? So when you have feelings and you go to your head and you start thinking in your head, how much of that comes out loud to your twin? Now, what you're going to find sometimes is not so much what you're saying about them, it's what you're not saying about you that makes your twin disconnect from you. So a good example of that is Sherry and I consistently had this battle in the beginning, and both of us didn't feel good enough for the other, but we never looked each other in the eyes and said that. So it caused all kinds of hell. And if you haven't figured that out yet, what are you going to do? How are you going to heal? How are you going to accept what it is that you're doing? So you can't expect them to give you something you're not giving you. And when did you give you the truth? Most of the time, if you're telling yourself you're not good enough, what proof do you have? Do you really, truly have proof? And if you want to point back at one of your parents, or you want to point back at family, or you want to point back at friends, or you want to point back at something in the past, how are you even healing anything? Because that's just pointing and blaming and keeping you stuck and keeping your feelings from being connected to. What does that have to do with anything? You get there by realizing you're there already.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Like being a witness. Let's see. What is Yoshima Talk saying here? Like being a witness to your ego, feelings, etc. The only way you can witness your ego is to sit in your feelings and pay attention to the way you think. No, do it. Go ahead. Oh, this just got real Twin Flamey. Let's get real crazy.
Third eye with it.
Third eye. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Where were we? What were we talking about? Oh, thanks, Lee. Oh, you're welcome, Larissa. Love you guys and happy to see you're back, Sherry.
I'm not 100% back.
She's front.
Yeah, still doing a lot, but sessions are rough.
Okay. Is it because he doesn't feel the same? Hey, Sam, what do you accept about how you're feeling right now? Whoa, Dino connection. Yeah, Samantha, you got it. Sam and Samantha. See how that worked? That's cute. Hi, Layla.
Hey. So, what was you talking about?
Oh, is it because he doesn't feel the same? And I said, how do you feel about your feelings in this moment? And the way so frustration.
Yeah, let's not read his mind or her mind.
Well,
let's not read their mind.
Okay, so frustrated, right?
Yeah.
Can you get into my energy field if I'm frustrated?
No.
Right. So no. you and feminine.
It makes me frustrated.
Right. So what ends up happening is when you're frustrated, do you think you're pushing or your heart's open or it's closed?
It's closed.
Right. So Sam is under you said earlier, my heart's open. It's still not here. And then you went to frustration and it was closed already because you were looking for an expectation where there shouldn't be none. I mean, when you have expectations.
Don't do that.
Yeah. When you have expectations, name one person you're connected to who can meet them if you didn't tell them. When people say love yourself, first, what do they mean with examples? I'm
going to tell you. Because I went through that transition of not. Look, I was a mom of 4. They're grown except for my boy. He's a freshman. Especially in the feminine energy, when you're a mom and you're doing every single thing for every child, right? And you're sacrificing your life basically, the things that you want to do, the things that you want to do, right? Who don't want to go get massages and pedicures and get their nails done and eyelashes, and who don't want to pamper themselves, right?
Is that loving yourself?
No. That's not where I'm going with this.
Okay.
At there's one point when I realized I didn't deserve any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, the part where you give up yourself and then you've come to a space where you don't deserve any of those things, right? You're not taking care of yourself physically, mentally, or spiritually because you're so all over the place with everybody else and trying to take care of everybody else and making sure everybody's okay. I struggled, and I'm telling you the truth, and Leo attests to this, by even buying myself a bra. Struggled, struggled with it. There's no other way to say it. Um, I felt guilty because I was taken from the family, right? I could have got, I don't know, a pack of hot dogs or hamburgers or a meal for what the bra was going to cost, or fancy shampoos. I would always get the cheap stuff. Just things like that. Physically, right? Physical things I wouldn't do as much for myself.
Right.
Right. And then what happens with that is mentally you get in a space where number one, you don't deserve it. Number two, you're never going to have it. Number three, you just don't know how to love yourself. Um, and so at that point, you realize I can't really love anybody else. I don't even love myself enough. I wasn't loving myself enough to meditate, pray, any of those things, right? Taking 5-10 minutes for myself. I mean, I would jump in the shower, it'd be like 5 minutes. Now I'm laying in a bathtub for however the hell long I want to. You know what I mean? There's so many, and it all is one big package. Loving yourself, doing things for yourself, doing things that you enjoy doing, whether anybody does them with you or not. You're taking care of you, you're nurturing you, you are loving you, by doing physical things, by meditating, praying, taking time out to connect with spirit, even taking time out to connect with your twin or the one you're connected to. Those types of things. Mentally telling your mind that you do deserve things, that you do deserve love, that you do deserve to know how to love, right? And then once all those things start tornadoing together, right? Um, it turns into self-love when you're understanding. Oh, there's a thin line between being materialistic with it and loving yourself with it, pampering yourself, being yourself. There's a thin line, because you can go in the other way and be a little bit more materialistic, a little bit more bougie, right? Those things. But that's not loving yourself. I love myself enough, right, to take care of myself, um, to stop for 5 minutes and meditate, to stop for 15 minutes and read my cards, to stop and use my pendulum for a certain amount of time, or take a nap, or so there's so many things, read a good spiritual book. There's so many things to do that prepares your mind to learn how to self-love without being overboard and without, it's hard to do emotionally. Emotionally, you want to feel guilty, feel selfish. There's so many things. You got to love yourself enough to take care of yourself and to learn things and to grow, educate yourself. There's so much power in knowledge and wisdom. And I'm not talking about dictatorship. I'm talking about self-power, so motivation, self-motivation. And it's a daily process. It's a daily process, a whole daily process of, today I don't feel productive. I went the other day, I didn't feel productive at all that day. I just felt down, and I wasn't depressed. I just didn't feel productive that day. I haven't been feeling very well. I've been feeling kind of ill, and realized that I wasn't taking care of myself enough, taking the medications I needed to take, do the things I needed to do. to help myself feel better. And then I realized that I wasn't loving myself in that space. I wasn't loving myself. So I started doing those things for myself, and it helped.
Mm.
It helped.
The first thing I think of when it comes to what people say when they're saying they love themselves, Sherry just gave you some really clear examples of that. Here's what I want to make sure that I put this in a way that you can actually feel your own answer. Okay. Um, to love yourself, does that mean you tell people what you need and what you want? If you're not doing that, don't tell yourself you're loving yourself. And what that means is no blame. It means if you need to be held, you go to somebody and you say, "Can you hold me?" That's called holding yourself. That's also not to be confused with it, loving yourself. If you need somebody to hold your hand as you just pour it out, that need to have somebody just be there for your feelings is the first space that you open up to loving yourself. Now, most people go, "Well, I do myself." And it's like this, you can hear the exclusivity in it, right? Sounds like prison. Loving yourself isn't prison. If you love yourself, everybody's allowed to love you, right? There's no judgment. To love yourself means not to judge. So if you still judge yourself, how can you love yourself? Now, that doesn't mean you have good judgment or bad judgment, just judgment as a whole. If you can pick off of a list and tell yourself whether something's good enough, not good enough, if you can tell yourself if you're doing good and you're doing better, how's that love? None of that exists in the world in the space of the feeling that is known as love, because love is a feeling, not a thought. So if you really are looking for what love means and what it means to love yourself, when you say you love yourself, that means your needs and your wants are something that you pay attention to and you make sure get met. Because if you're not doing that, don't worry, nobody else will. So it's almost like I've been in that space and you connect to the people who have this kind of pain and they're like, "I'm trying to love myself." What part of trying do you like? Because you either tell somebody what you need or you don't. You either tell somebody what you want or you don't. And especially if you got both of those and you got them all tied up on the inside and you're putting those inside of the person in you that's hurt and nobody knows this, you're people pleasing. You're making how they feel more important than how you feel. When is that ever going to heal anything? So,
Hope that helped.
yeah, at least point you in the direction, because last thing we're going to do is help you. We want to heal you.
My twin broke up with me to focus on himself. He's going through hard times, but says we are incompatible on 2 different pages. And he didn't want to work anymore with me, and no contact how to get back together. I'm going through a hard time too. Felt like he left when we were both at our lowest, hardest part of our journey. Feeling as if this end and as if this is the end and we should move on fully, but very unclear as we deeply love each other. Look, I don't know if you've watched our journey. I don't know if you've watched it. It's right here on our YouTube channel. It's a playlist that says Our Journey.
Yes.
Watch that mess.
Yes.
Look, me and Lee have broken up several times. Several times in finality. This is it. This is final. One of those breakups was 2 years long. The initial one was 2 years long. If in fact he is your twin, only you know that. By the way, nobody can tell you that. I'll say it louder for the people in the back. Nobody can tell you who your damn twin is. Okay. So only you know that. And if somebody's telling you who your twin is, they're scamming you. Or isn't. They're scamming you. Nevertheless. Don't get me on a tangent. Yeah, I've lost focus.
Here's just
I've lost the focus.
Maybe I should say this. Because I think they can hear this. Sherry, are we compatible?
No.
Are we connected?
Yeah.
You don't need one to have the other.
Look, we have completely different tastes in music, although we do like some of the same things and combine them, right?
Right.
I mean, I can listen to Motley Crue and he can listen to
Brian McKnight.
Brian McKnight. Yeah, but I love Brian McKnight.
And
He's a
I
great
love
guy.
Motley Crue.
Yeah. I mean,
Just kidding.
but there are some similar music interests. But let me tell you this. I will tell you this. If we were to buy two identical houses right next to each other, you would walk in those homes and they would be total opposites. Total opposites.
Compatibility has nothing to do with connection.
He likes more futuristic stuff. I like more of country fluffy type of thing. And yeah, it doesn't bother the connection.
I'm her Rip. This is Beth.
Oh,
That's
shit.
how that works. If you haven't watched Yellowstone, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but you better get it together.
Yeah, but compatibility isn't necessary for connection at all. But as a matter of fact, a lot of times compatibility isn't even there in the first. It's why is it a year later and I still think about that bad date? What is that connection with that guy? I don't know. Type of thing. You know, here's the thing. If in fact he is your twin, he will be back. Go on with your life. Do not wait. Do not be the stand stiller.
Yes.
I made that word up years ago and it still sticks.
And
don't stand in it. Don't wait. Don't put your life off. I didn't in those 2 years. I got married and had a baby.
Stop reading the stuff that tells you this is the fluffy, beautiful thing, and it starts giving you what they're going to do and who they're going to be and how you're going to be experiencing this world. Fuck that. Listen to me. You will not be like the person you're connected to. They are not your other half. They make you whole. Get it right. This is not about, I'm just going to be this way and they're going to be that way. And when we come together, we'll be one. Bullshit. You're one already. You're just going to make two into that one. So you got to look at it and go, you know what? You're right. We're incompatible, but we're connected. I didn't realize I wasn't accepting that by forcing you to be something that was going to tell me a part of connection is actually occurring. That would be like you saying, I'm just like my mom and my dad and I don't want to be. You are. Get over it. So just look at that and go, you know what? You're right. We're incompatible, but we're connected. And you know what? If I've been telling you that I don't like you doing this or I don't like you doing that, I was wrong. I should accept you for who you are and not want you to change. I need to accept you because this is who you are. And who you are is who I'm connected to. If I try to change that, you're not going to be connected to me because you don't feel accepted by me. Then you won't accept yourself and then you got to leave and go off and try to figure that out. Of course, that makes sense with separation. Why wouldn't it? I mean, why would you be with me if I kept trying to change you? Right? I mean, what you have to reach the point where you go, you know what? I want this connection, which means I want them the way that they are, the way that they're going to grow, the way that they were when I first met them, the way they're going to be in their past, the way they're going to be in the future. You know what? I'm going to accept being connected to them and give a shit about the time. Because you don't learn anything about connection until you realize connection is everything. But if you keep trying to tell this is who this person is from your head, how are they supposed to love you if you're in your head all the time?
Ooh.
Oh, did you guys see her new tattoo?
Which one?
That one. Her twin flame tattoo. Isn't it cute? It's beautiful. You got a necklace coming out like that. Yeah, I know. They can't see. It's two different colors.
Your name there.
Yeah. It's really it's beautiful, isn't it? Oh, they can see two faces. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Let's see. How do you communicate your needs to someone you are connected to? Lee.
What's that?
Let me tell you.
What was that?
How do you communicate? How do you communicate your needs
to someone you're connected to?
Ooh, let's hear this.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I'm so excited. Lee is
horrible at communication.
So bad. So bad.
But here's the thing. If I can't tell her what I need and I know that I'm struggling to communicate it, I give it to myself so I don't punish her for it. Because my need can't be met and I can't communicate that need doesn't mean I can't fulfill whatever that feeling is and just sit in that feeling to give it what it needs. she usually catches on. She'll like reach over and grab my hand and you okay? She'll do that when she sees me in that struggle. So don't think that this is about perfection. This is about openness. You need to be open first. I can tell her I'm going through something, but I don't know how to tell. Or sometimes I'm just got that look. She's like, you got that look. And I'm like, yeah, my head's doing shit. I mean, you just got to tell the truth. You know, you ever walked into a room and you felt everybody in the room was going through something, and then all of a sudden you just started abandoning your feelings, but you needed to do something different when you walked into that room? That's what I'm talking about. This isn't really about how you communicate it as much as how you don't abandon it anymore.
Hey, Clinton.
Oh, hey, Clinton. It's really easy to abandon your feelings and not realize that your feelings didn't need to be abandoned. They just needed to be communicated. She's right. I can sit here and feel everything she's feeling, and she doesn't need to communicate it. And I don't need to communicate it. But I can look at her sometimes and know she needs to be held. Right? I'm good at that. Sometimes I know when she needs to be kissed. But when it comes time for her to pick it up from me, I might have already been in the energy, and then I'm already closing my eyes and letting her kiss me. So your needs are not something that you really physically pay attention to because your thinking is too loud. You need to figure that out. The only way you figure that out is to figure out where you lost it. And that's why we created Root Camp. Your needs matter. Your wants matter. Your connection to you matters. You're not going to let somebody be connected to you if you don't feel good enough for them or you don't feel compatible to them. How can you stay connected to yourself if you believe this connection is about compatibility? Compatibility is just a judgment you don't need.
Jerry Maguire ruined us. Thank you. So tired of that. They complete you. They're your other half nonsense. Yeah.
You're not half. You're whole. Everybody watching this right now, listen to Lee and Cherry. You're whole. You just haven't discovered that yet. If you're on this channel, you'll discover it. We're not going to tell you you can't have connection. We're not going to tell you that you're not a twin flame. You know what we are going to tell you? You're whole. You can be connected. Let's walk through how you got disconnected. Let's walk through how you can't have. Because there's some things that happen to you that is still happening to you. You're not paying attention to the trauma or the you in that trauma.
Right.
We love you too much, and we don't know how to give up. So we're going to keep sitting here annoying people who want to just give you false information.
Is that Randall? Hey, Sherry. Wait, sorry, called you Sherry. Is that Randall?
Is that Randall? Hey, Randall.
Is it?
Hi, Randall.
I don't know if that's Randall or not.
Let's see.
But if it is, y'all know what to do.
Oh, yeah, that's Randall, I believe. Yes, it is. Wait, what's up, Randall? Everybody say hey to Heather.
There's a plan. There's a plan.
Yes,
So, we put it in plan. We put it. Randall, I've talked about you this whole video.
Let's see. Kelly Cat, love myself and my life since Root Camp. I've enjoyed my path and my connection.
I've given them instructions to say hi, Randall.
Yes. Everybody's gonna say hi to you, Randall. And if you're now watching the after replay of this, just send energy to Randall so he feels.
Yep. He feels overwhelmed.
He needs to feel how important he is. Yes, your ears were burning, and you're going to probably hear a ringing on the left or the right. And if you're hearing it on the right, it's because we were making you right about something he left. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was out loud.
I don't know what he left.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think he got it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Good to see you again, Lily. Hi.
Hi, Lily.
Let's see. Thank you. So tired that they complete you.
Yeah,
the Jerry Maguire thing. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, I think you guys are really, if you really look at some of the tough questions you probably have to ask, are you asking yourself first? We want to make it so you can find the laughter inside of your pain so you can heal. We don't want to make it so you got to be dead serious and you have to suffer and, keep trying to disconnect from your pain. You can't have connection if you're disconnected from your pain. You can't have connection if you don't choose the you inside your pain. Trust me, it just doesn't work. search all over and see if you can find somebody who says, yeah, I have connection and I have no pain. I promise you, you're not going to hear anybody say that.
No.
Not even a little.
Sam come back and said, the irony is he's given me the freedom to be free and do what I want. And the only thing I want to be is with him. Well, that's the damn problem.
Yes. When are you going to want to be?
That's the problem.
Because if you notice, you didn't say, I want to be with me too.
You
keep putting him in front of you and he's going, that's a disconnect. You keep putting him out there. That's a disconnect. Basically what you're saying is he needs to connect to who I'm not. He needs to connect to the me that wants to be with him because I don't like the me that wants to be with him. That's what you're saying. And that's what he's picking up on. He's like, I can't be with you if you don't like you. Because you won't like you until he's with you. That's how he feels. And he feels like, man, that makes you miserable. You remember that? We went through that stage. Mm-hmm. Did you know how to heal that? Do you know how to heal that very thing? Oh, got it. Yes. Think about it. Oh, I'm not going to be anything until I'm with him. Well, boy, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. You ever tried to be with somebody? Mm-hmm. You ever tried to be with me and try to be something you thought I wanted?
No.
No? That never happened to you? Why is your head shaking yes?
See, a lot.
All right. So when you try to be who you think that person wants, what you're trying to tell them is they don't love you and that they never can. And because you don't. Because if you have to pretend to be what you think they want, basically what you're saying is go ahead and disconnect from me because I am too. And then they join you in that disconnect to be connected to you.
Let me see what Lily said. In my twin flame journey at this point, I feel much better being in a physical separation because I'm enjoying the discovery of self, healing, the connection to self. I kind of don't even miss him anymore. And that's when you'll hear from him. Very soon. Very soon. Any tips on moving on with someone else after feeling the love of the twin? It's not easy. Nothing compares. I agree with you 100%. However, we've both done it.
Yeah, but you know what ended up happening? We didn't know how to stay connected to ourselves with a person. So sometimes that's why you keep going through this separation is you don't know how to stay connected to you no matter what relationship or connection you have. So this connection keeps testing that theory to see if that's really what you're going to do. And don't worry, your twin's going to reflect back to you if you're connected to yourself or not. Kind of like what Sam keeps bringing up. But I feel that makes me feel too much. You're too much. So when you're telling yourself you're too much, you're judging you and you make them responsible for you judging you. Mm-hmm. You don't even see that because you're not letting the feeling be something you sit in for them to be a part of you as well. So when you tell yourself you're too much, guess what they're not allowed to do with your feelings? Connect. So why would you let them be connected to you? Is because you put a but in front of your feelings. In other words, but I don't feel is basically what you did.
Randall said my wife is a fire sign and I'm an earth sign and we work through disconnects every half hour.
Only you can prevent forest fires. Randall, that was the best statement I've seen all day. And it's true. We have fires all the time, but sometimes our fires are necessary. The fires that we have heat up the flame. I mean, you have to have a spark in your connection. Do not run from negativity. Become the positivity so it sparks out, not sparks within. This connection is about how you start a fire, not how you put it out.
Yeah,
because believe me, a lot of y'all know how to put out a fire, and you don't think that's part of being twin flame.
I'm a Gemini and he's a Libra. I know how to start fires,
and I know how to balance the fire
a lot.
Yes,
I can start a
fire.
Hey,
look, I know how to be water. I know how to smoke it.
Ooh, I'm gonna smoke some water later. I'm gonna put some water in a bong and smoke it later. I am. Smoke a bong later.
Yeah, don't tell us what that's about.
We've been on here for 50 minutes.
We're
gonna go ahead and go.
Oh, have we had too much fun?
We've had too much fun. We love you guys. And hey, we're coming on tour. So let us know where you guys want us to come to.
We're going to be going to South Carolina.
We're going to be
September,
in South Carolina in September.
Near Hilton Head and probably around that area. And then we'll probably travel.
Saw a lot of people in Florida and it was amazing. It was wonderful. It was absolutely amazing.
we missed what we were supposed to be doing. So this is kind of cool that we went through that, and we're coming out the other side, and we're like, okay, where were we?
Yeah,
and we're just like,
we were planning our national tour.
Charlotte. I was born in Lenore.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and then I got liver disease, and so we didn't get to.
It's like the world tried to kill you.
Yeah, it is. They tried to take me out, or
birth you in Connection.
Right. So we are coming on tour. We are coming to the Vegas area, Arizona,
October, Michigan.
Michigan.
We're marrying another set of people who are connected.
Yeah.
Again.
We're going to try to make it. It's going to be probably spring before we make it back to New York.
Are we doing anything local in Cincinnati? Do we need to?
We can. We certainly can.
Do we need to do that?
It's easier for us.
Email us. We'll figure out something.
Yeah, do that.
Smile, be happy. Oh, that's so cute.
We can. Yeah, we can definitely do something here local. We've run a lot of groups and things here in the Cincinnati area.
Yep, but Michigan.
We can definitely do a seminar here. We're going to be traveling, doing seminars. California, we're coming back. LA, we're coming back. We got a lot of business in LA we got to take care of. So we're coming back. Washington State.
We need to go to. But we're hoping next year, though, we're going to be in Hawaii.
We're probably going to be in Hawaii.
Probably going to come down to Mexico. We're probably going to come to Europe at some point.
Yeah. We've been promising Australia for a very long time. So I believe that's going to have to be the first place.
We just don't like to go to the future.
Yeah. So, check out. We'll be putting tour dates out. But, if you really want us to come to your city and we get enough tickets sold or whatever, then we will come to your city.
Yeah,
we do that.
Let me get the ride to LA. I need to talk to a man about a horse.
We can strap him up in the rocking chair on top and put a trash bag.
Oh man, like vacation? Hell yeah. You in? I know you can do that, man. I know you can. Let's see. Where do I find tickets? Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're not charging anything.
Yeah. Well, some of them are ticketed, but there's no charge, but you have to have a ticket to get in. In the two seminars, they'll have to have tickets to get in because they're limited. Okay. So when we're traveling, when we're on tour, we will
your carry-on size.
We'll put the ticket information up.
Yes.
As we're heading to your area. So other than that, I'm carry-on size. He kind of is. He kind of is. Yeah. Russell is a great Russell. Randall is a great bass player, by the way.
Yeah. You guys know this. We want you connected. We need more of us out here. But get out of your head. Connection doesn't need you in your head. You can't be in connection if you're in your head. I get it. Mm-hmm. We both get it. But connection isn't about what you think. It's about what you feel. And if you're not focused in your feelings and you're busy thinking, don't worry. You created the separation you're in. Trust,
Jen Huber.
Connection. Jen Huber.
Trust connection.
Yes, trust connection.
London, you're definitely on the list. Yes. California, we will be in the LA area.
Ivana, email me.
Around the Redondo Beach area. Redondo Beach.
Redondo Beach.
We're going to be in the Venice Beach area.
Yes. Sacramento. Well, look, here's the thing.
I can't remember everything, but
we're definitely going to be in Arizona for sure.
Yeah, just watch for ticket sales.
We're going to be in that area. We're even thinking about doing a retreat there in 2 years, but we want to go check it out. Mm-hmm. We want to go check out Sedona, Arizona. We want to look at it. We want to get connected with some people, and we want to do like a connection fest. So if you have any idea or you want to help put something like that together, reach out to us. We definitely would love to do Connection Fest, where we could have connection be the purpose of the actual fest, where people can really get connected. They can bring their pain, they can bring their hurt, and they can be connected to so they can understand what the connection's about. So yes,
maybe some live music.
Connection Fest, live music. Yeah, we're probably going to need some artists. So
some vendors.
You're in that space.
Greetings, Lee and Sherry. Love you all. Look forward to when you guys come back to New York. We love coming to New York.
Oh, we haven't been to New York in a minute.
We love coming to New York. We've been several times, and you guys always treat us so well up there. It's amazing. But yeah,
The
oh, the Netherlands is big.
Oh my God, we've got so many. I mean, I
got-
think probably the first people we started talking to
Right.
Talk Root Camp, they were out of Netherlands and Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're very open and very spiritual.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because not people in pretty much, I'm not judging it, but a lot of people out of our space
Yeah.
aren't really as spiritual as
Right.
that space.
Right.
So I'm not sure, but I know that it's happening now. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Upstate New York, we're
Yes.
That's for real. Buffalo area, we're coming, but we usually stay around
Cleveland
and Manhattan. Where else did we go?
Oh,
we've stayed so many places
we've stayed actually up there in Buffalo,
Long Island.
We stayed in Buffalo, Long Island, Staten. We've stayed in a few places. So.
Yeah, so we're going to be coming back. Manhattan seminars are always the greatest. I love them. I love doing the seminars in Manhattan. So many people can come out. It's really kind of neat.
Yeah.
We're Randall's heroes. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm an Aquarius. Hard to get out of my head. Well, it's not hard to get out of your head. It's easier to sit in your feelings and tell yourself you're having a hard time getting out of your head than it is to be in your head saying I can't get in my feelings. Notice which one you're paying attention to. Yeah.
We love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to call Randall back.
Yes. We love you guys. We'll see you soon.
I'm going to call you, Randall, right now.
Bye.